The action chapter we're reading called In the Beginning. There was nothing except God. Day 1. God's Spirit moved through the void. Then God spoke. Let there be light. Okay, and there was light. Day 2. Then God separated the waters of the north nothingness into moisture and clouds of the sky above, and the drops and waves of the ocean below. God named the sky heavens. Day 3. God named the lower waters the sea. He gathered together the waters of the sea, exploding dry ground. He named the dry land earth. And this land he made grass and flowers and trees. He made them with seeds so they could grow more grass and flowers and trees. The fruitful earth was a place of beauty. And God knew that it was good. Day 4. Then God fashioned the sun, the moon, and the stars to the light the earth. And he set them in the heavens to mark the days, seasons, and years. Day 5. God said, let the water be filled with living creatures, and the seas, rivers, swamped with whales and fish. God said, let the birds fly through the sky. And the open sky above the earth was filled with every kind of flying bird. Be fruitful and fill the earth. God said as he blessed the living creatures of the sea and sky, and God knew that it was good. So far, at least. Okay. Day 6. Then God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures. And God made all kinds of animals, wild ones, tame ones, even those that crawl on the ground. Then God created the first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve. They were the greatest of all God's creations because he made them in his own image to be a reflection of what he is like. God made Adam and Eve with souls that he would live forever. And he planned for people to rule and live with harmony with every living thing on earth. God looked at everything that he had made, and he knew it was all very, very good. Day 7. And on the 7th day, God rested. God showed Adam and Eve the beauty of the fruitfulness of the garden they lived in. He told them, you may eat from every tree except one, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If you eat from that one, you will die. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, next chapter. Hope you like that one. Tempted, and they got him. Look, Adam, the little bird comes when I call. God is good to us. He has given us everything except fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Yes, that is forbidden. But Eve wonders. And one day she goes to the tree, gazes at the forbidden fruit. It almost looks like a red pear. Okay. Satan, in the form of a serpent, right? Thank you, Mommy. Temptates Eve. Are you sure God said not to eat this fruit? Oh yes, if we even touch it, we will die. Oh, you won't die if you touch it, see? And if you eat it, you'll just be wise, just like God. You're right. And this fruit will make him wise. Surely there's no harm in taking just one bite. Adam, it tastes delicious. And if it looks delicious. And it will make you wise. But the forbidden fruit has far different effects than the serpent promised. Suddenly, Adam and Eve realize that they have disobeyed God. Their innocence is taken away as well. We're not wise, we're just naked. Cover yourself with leaves, we must hide. In the stillness of the garden, God comes to Adam and Eve. Why? How did you know you were naked? Have you eaten the fruit I have told you not to eat? I only ate it because the woman you gave me handed it to me. The serpent you created tricked me. Because you have disobeyed me, you must leave this beautiful garden. From now on, you'll have to work hard to survive. God makes clothes for Adam and Eve out of animal skins and sends them away. Look, a flaming sword blocks the entrance to the garden. We'll never be able to go back. Where can we go? What can we do? God's promise of salvation. The perfect unity between God and his beloved creation is now broken for the time. Adam and Eve are forced to create a new life out of their knowledge and shame. But already God has a plan to redeem creations. God promises that one day he will go to send a Savior to his people. Brother Blood Cry. Outside the Garden of Eden, the land is barbaded, hot and dry, weary, alone, and frightened. Adam and Eve search until they find a place to make a home. Remember how beautiful Eden was? If only it is our own fault for disobeying God. But I will teach our children to obey and love God if I can help it. They won't repeat our mistakes. So Adam teaches their sons Cain and Abel about God. God made the earth and everything he has. God even gave me my little lamb. Oh, he's kind of cute. Super dumb. No, they aren't. How can I thank him? When you're older, Abel, you can give God the best of your flock. He told us we should make sacrifice to show our thankfulness. As the boys grow to manhood, Abel plans for the day when he can give his thank offering to God. But Cain thinks only of his crops. If Abel gives God a sacrifice, I'll have to offer one too. God is pleased with Abel's gift, but Cain's brooding spirit displeases God. Why should God be happy with Abel and not me? It's not fair. Wait, as long as Abel is around, he'll always be the favorite. God told me I could choose to have the power over my sin, but I'd rather choose not to have a brother. Bonk. Cain gives to justly and kills his brother. Now I just need to pretend I don't know anything about Abel's death. But God called to Cain. Cain, where is your brother? I don't know. Am I supposed to keep track of my brother? He knows. Your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. From now on, the ground will yield no fruit for you, and you will wander the earth until your death. God, please, God, this punishment is more than I can take. God's sentence is carried out. Cain flees to a land called Nod. Eventually, he will get married, start a family, and start a family, and build the first city, which he will name for his son, Enoch. But in the meantime, Adam and Eve are heartbroken over losing both of their sons. Our house is so empty now, and Adam, will we always be alone like this? We brought this tragedy on ourselves. So did Cain. But God has been good to us. Let's ask him to help us now. And in time, God gives Adam and Eve a third son. We'll call him Seth. And we'll teach him to obey God the way Abel did. Seth learns to obey God. Two of his descendants are Enoch, who walked with God, and Menuhshet, who died at age of 969, the oldest person who ever lived. As Gentiles pass, however, people turn from God. They lie, cheat, and murder. They worship the sun and the moon and the stars, and they bow down to idols. But there is no man, Noah, who looks on the sinfulness of the world in fear. How long will God allow this wickedness to continue?